Hey guys, welcome back again to learn Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java UI automation testing from scratch, session 3. In today's session, I will discuss the Selenium new feature which is the relative locator in Selenium WebDriver version 4. So, for that, we'll start with setting up a new project in Eclipse. So, in case you want to deal with Selenium version 4, what are the prerequisites required? The first thing is that you would require to install Java. Any version above Java 11 will work. So, you can go to the Oracle official site and you can install Java. Once Java or JDK is installed, you need to set the Java home and path variables. After that, you require to install any IDE, integrated data environment. It can be IntelliJ or it can be Eclipse. So you can go to the official site and you can install it. And once Eclipse is installed, you can open the Eclipse. You can set up the workspace and you can try to create a Maven project where you would require to install the Selenium Java version 4 dependency, latest dependency, and also you would require to install testng in your Eclipse. This is the one-time activity you need to do. So we'll see what is the step-by-step process to start with Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java and testng. So once you already done the setup for Java, so you can like install Eclipse and you can set the workspace for the Eclipse. After that, you can try to click on try to create a new Maven project. So click on File. Okay, and before that, you would require to install testng in your Maven project. This is the one-time activity you need to do. After that, automatically testng need to be installed in the Eclipse. So once it is installed in the Eclipse as a one-time activity, you can create any project and you can associate testng with the project. So what you can do, you can once your Eclipse is open, you can click on open the Eclipse and you click on Help, and you can go to the Eclipse marketplace, and here you can search with testng. So testng will be available and you need to install it. Once it is installed, you can restart your Eclipse. So that is the one time activity you need to do after your Eclipse installation is done. So one testng is installed, you can create a new Maven project. You can associate it with that Maven project. So testng you need to install only one time for your Eclipse. Okay, you can search with something called testng here and you can hit enter button. So automatically you could see testng will be there, but it's already installed for me, so I no need to install again. So this is the only one time activity you need to do. So simply once that option is available, you need to just accept all the terms and conditions and you need to accept it, and you need to, it will be installed successfully. After that, you need to restart your system. You could see this is the option will be available. Testng for Eclipse, it is already installed. That is the reason no need to install it again. So this is the one time task you need to do for your Eclipse only. After that, we will try to create a Maven project. So click on File, click on New. So we'll not be creating a Java project. So you can click on Other. Here we can search with Maven. Okay, you could see option Maven project and you can click on Next. You can check the checkbox. Create a simple project, skip archetype selection. You can click on Next again and you can give your group ID which will be common across your organization or your project. Right, so here I can give something called Haradhan automation library, okay, which will be common for all the project whatever I'm creating, and I can give the project called Selenium web driver version 4 tutorial. So this is the actual project ID. You need to click on finish, so it will be created. It will take some time to create the folder structure. So once it is created, what you need to do, you need to go to the Maven official site and you need to take that Maven Selenium Java dependency and you can need to just add it in your pom.xml file, which is nothing but the project object model. So you can go to the Maven official site. This is the Maven official site, mavenrepository.com. Here you can search with Selenium Java and press enter. You could able to see the option called org.selenium, hq.selenium. and you could get the latest in version. So 4.3.4 is the latest version. It released on June 30, 2025. So you can click on that, and you could able to get the latest dependency for the Maven, right? This is the Maven, and this is the Selenium Java dependency. So what I can now I can go to the project whatever I have created. Selenium WebDriver version 4 tutorial. This is the project I have created. You could see the folder structure: src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, src test resources, and Java library already added to the project, and pom.xml file also generated, project object model.xml file. Now I can click on that, double click on the pom.xml file. So it will open. Now I need to add the dependencies sections here. So I will before the project I will enter, and I will add the dependencies, dpn. You could see this is coming, dependencies, and you need to add whatever dependency you have copied from the Maven official site for Selenium Java version 4, and you need to press Ctrl S to save it, so that automatically all the relevant jar files for the Selenium Java version 4 will be added to the project. It will take some time, and it will be added to the project, all the important relevant jar file. So what are the jar file? Jar file, right, in the jar file there will be a lot of packages, important packages for Selenium Java, and in those packages you could able to see lot of important interfaces in the classes, and in those interfaces and classes you could able to see a lot of methods which you can use for dealing with Selenium with Java. Okay, now you could see Maven dependency folder got added, right? So if you expand it, you could see this is the Selenium API, right? Selenium Java 4.3.40 and Selenium API 4.3.0 also added here. If you expand it, you could see there are a lot of packages already there, and in those packages you could able to see right, lot of interface of the classes. So I stand for interface, C stand for class, and if you expand anything, right, this is the alert is the interface. You could see this is the alert interface, right? This is the thing, method are there, accept, dismiss, get key, send key. These are the method, four method you already know, right? This is the alert. Return type is void. So that is the way this dependency will help us to get all the important packages, and inside those we'll be able to get all the important classes and interfaces and all the important methods under those interfaces and the classes. Now what we'll do, I will go to the src test Java folder. I can create a new package, right click on the new, and click on package here first. So I can give something called com.selenium4.training. Okay. Now my Maven project created and one package also created. Now I need to associate testng to this project. So right click here, click on the properties. Now go to the Java build path, and now you need to click on the add library, and you could able to see testng because testng is already installed in your Eclipse. Okay, and you need to click on next, you need to click on finish, you need to click on apply and close. Now you could see testng also added as a dependency to your project, and now you could right able to create the testng class as well. So now we'll try to create a testng class inside the packages. So what we'll do, select the package, right click on new, click on other, and type with testng. So this is the way testng class you can create. So instead of Java class, I'll be creating testng class, so that all the assertion, that before method, after method, at the rate test annotation, you can use it simply. Okay, so you can click on next. You can give the class name. So say relative locators. This is the class name I'm giving. Clicking on finish. So automatically, right, this is the structure created. Class name at the rate test annotation, public void, the method name also created. I can change it later point of time. Okay, I can remove it, or I can take it also, that's fine, keep it. Okay, so this is part done, this is part also done, adding associating testng into the Maven project. Now we'll see what is relative locator, because relative locator, whenever Selenium 3 was there, that concept was not available. Only Selenium 4 this concept available called relative locator. So relative locator in Selenium version 4 allow user to locate web element based on their relative positions to other element. This feature is particularly useful when element lack unique identifier. So if you know Selenium already, you know, right, there are primary 8 locator techniques available in Selenium 3. like ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, tag name, CSS or XPath. In case sometime users still struggle with those element locator. So that is the reason in Selenium 4 the relative locator concept came. Relative locator introduced in Selenium 4 enable the identification of web element based on their visual position relative to other known element on a web page. This approach mimics human interaction and offer a more robust and readable way to locate element, especially when traditional locator like ID, name, class name are dynamic or unreliable. There are five primary relative locators available in Selenium WebDriver version 4: above, below, to left of, to right of, and near. Above, this locator locates an element position above a specified element. Suppose in case you are already having an element, you already identified that, and from that you can go to the above and you can try to identify the element with similar kind of stack name. So it works well for elements aligned vertically, and there can be minor horizontal offset as well. Similarly, below, it will locate an element position below a specified element. It is used to locate element based on their vertical positioning relative to another element on the page. Specifically, it finds elements that are positioned below a reference element in the page layout. So above and below will be used to find the element to above or right below the position. Whereas to left of and to right of will be help user to identify the positions to right or left side of an element. So to left of locates an element position to the left of a specified element, whereas to right of locates an element position to the right of a specified element. Near, this is the last relative locators out of these five, locates an element within a specified proximity, by default 50 pixels of a given element. This method is highly flexible and can be used when user want to find elements that are near a reference element, but not necessarily in a specific direction, above, below, to left, to right, or diagonally. This is helpful for scenario like finding button near a search bar or link near a logo. So what is the way we can use the relative locator? So we need to create a web element first for any of the locators, and from there we can either, from using that reference element, we can either use that like above, below, to left of, to right of, or near. So once particular element is identified with any of the element locator techniques like ID, name, class name, tag name, CSS, XPath, link text, or partial link text, we can try to identify another element with this reference relative locator dot with by some tag name and tag name value, then dot above, below, to left of, to right of, or near with an reference element. So that is the way we will try to identify the different element with the help of these relative locators in Selenium WebDriver version 4. Now let's see the implementation. So you already created this particular class relative locators. Here what we will do, we will try to define some global variable first. WebDriver driver. This is the interface. WebDriver, we are trying to create an object. So let's try to import this WebDriver org.openq.selenium packages. After that, what we will do, we will try to create before test and after test so that it will work for every test method. These are the annotations available before test, and where we can create a method called before method we can do instead of before test. These are the annotations available where we can create a method called public void setup. What we can do, you could see there is error coming. So what is required? We need to import the before method from org.testng annotation, because these are the annotations only available in testng. Now what we will do, with the help of the driver object reference, we will try to create a object for the Chrome driver equal to new Chrome driver, so that we can try to open the Chrome driver. So we need to import the Chrome driver again from the org.openq.selenium.chrome packages. Now what I can do, once my Chrome driver is open, Chrome browser is open, we will try to do the other setup. So we want to write delete all cookies first. After opening it, driver dot manage dot delete all cookies. So first driver dot new Chrome driver, where we are trying to create a new instance of the Chrome driver. These options we are using to delete all the stored cookies in the browser for the before using it before loading a new website. After that, what we will do, we will try to give some implicit time. So driver dot manage dot timeout, driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicitly await. Here we can give the durations. Implicitly await. Here we can give some duration dot off second. Say 10 second we want to wait before throwing any error. Okay, so that it will be applicable for the page level, right? In case you are want to deal with the page, so before loading everything, it will wait for 10 seconds before giving any kind of error or validation error, right? That no such element found or any other error. So that is the reason we definitely need to use the implicit wait, and we can use the last thing, right, to maximize the browser window. So driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So this is the setup thing we have did. Now what we can do, we can try to create a method for the tear down or closing all the stuff whenever our test execution is completed. So where it will be after method, so that every method it will work. After method, we can give the method name called tear down. Okay, so we need to import that after method from the testng org.testng annotations. Here what I can do, every time we want to close the browsers after every test case execution completed. So where what I can do, I can give some condition if driver not equal to null, then only I will close it. Then driver dot quit, better, right? Driver dot quit. So whatever object or instance created by this WebDriver, it will close everything. So that is the stuff we are doing. Now here we will try to write our test case. So what we can do, we can try to first implement that relative locator above based on the sequence relative locator above. So I can give the method name called test relative locator above. This is the method I can do. And so for that one, what I can do, I can try to delete some website. So this is my website, say Facebook URL, right? So what I can do, I can store in some string here at the class level. So string URL1 equal to this one, I can store it so that I can use it. Okay. So what is that? Whenever you are trying to identify a Facebook opening the page, you can identify the email field, right, or the password field, and from the password field you can directly go to the above. So what you can do, after opening the website, you can right click here, you can try to click on the inspect button. So now password field already identified here, right, with the help of the name or ID, anything. And from here it start with tag name input. So from where you can try to go to the above also, that whatever tag name is there, this one same way, right? This also tag name input. If you go to the email field, tag name input. So I want to identify it with the from the password as a above. Okay, so I'll identify the password first. Okay, so what I can do, I can created this. I have tried to create this at the test annotations. Okay, here I will try to add all these steps. So driver object created, driver dot get. What I want to get, I want to load the URL1. Now what I need to do, I will try to create a web element for the password field. So let's try to create a web element for the password field. So I can give something called text variable name password equal to driver dot find element by dot name. Okay, what is the name for the password? You could see this is the name for the password. Pass is the name as per the attributes came. Now I need to import that web element interface from the org.opencode Selenium packages. Now what we will do, I will try to create a identify or create an object for the ID field, username field. So what is the name? Right, email. Okay, this is the stuff, right? I want to identify, which is also starting with the tag name input. So here I can give something called text email or user name. Okay, so equal to here, what we will do, we will try to use that relative locator concept. So driver dot find element. So here we will try to use the concept relative locator. Relative locator dot with, here you could see now it is by is coming. So here what will be do, by dot tag name. What is the tag name? Input. Then we will be using called dot above. What is the above? What is the reference number? This is the reference number, because from the password field we are trying to identify that one, right? Username field. So this is done now. Now my this particular username field already identified with the help of that. Now what I can do, in case you want to add some value, right? You can do it. Dot send keys. Say 1, 2, 3. I want to enter it. Or after that also I want to give some assertion whether this field is displayed or not. So that is the thing, definitely we can do it. Okay, so what is the way we can add it? Because there is a assert class available. Assert dot assert true. Okay, assert true. So in case it is true, only it will be work. So what is the options now? This is that username field. Dot is displayed, right? Is displayed only, then it will be assertion will be true. So that is the stuff I am doing here. Okay, now apart from that, once it is displayed, I can enter some value. Okay, and then also for this field I can check whether some attribute also mapping up perfectly or not, right? Okay, what are the attributes? So suppose this is the placeholder, I want to check it. So what I again am doing, another assertion, assert dot assert equals, what is the stuff I want to do? Okay, this is the pass username field. Now coming dot get attribute. Okay, what attribute I want to check? Say I want to check that placeholder attribute. Okay, get attribute, here I am passing as a placeholder, and what it should match, this is the placeholder it should match. Okay, now you can give some wait time. To see the validation, thread dot sleep. Okay, this is only for validation perfectly, the whether it's working perfectly fine or not. So you can surround with some try catch block, or you can give some source declaration as well. Okay, so only to validate before closing the browser, you want to validate that right it is happening or not. So this is the way, right? It will be working perfectly fine. In case test case is failing, you can get to know. In case test case is passing, also it will work accordingly. Now what we will do, we will simply try to run it as a testng test. So it will try to open the page, Facebook page. It will try to identify the first the password field. With the password field, it will try to identify the username field, and it will check whether it's enabled, and it will enter the value. You could see it's entering the value, and my test case got passed successfully. Now you could see this is the way it is testng also giving the result, right? Default suit is, that's fine, default test is fine, because in case you want to run using testng.xml file as a testng suit, you can just get to know the change of the suit and test name. Otherwise, you could see here the package and of the class name. This is the method name executed. Now if you refresh the project, you could able to see the test output folder got generated. and here you could see the email label report.html. You can open it, right? This is the web browser. You could see this is the test case got executed. This is the suite name, this is the test name, this is the package name, not the class name, this is the method name, and what is the total time taken. It's taken like 9 millisecond, sorry, 9 second 195 millisecond. Okay, now so that is the way I am trying to able to use that above relative locators. Now what we will do, I will try to create one more test to test that below relative locator. So same website I can do. So what I can do for the below locators, okay, so I will be identifying the first the above element and then I will go for the below element. So first I will identify the username element here, and from the username I will try to identify the password field, which is the below. So here what I can do, I can just simply change it little bit. Okay, so first I am identifying the username. So here we can give something called below, the name of the method called below. Okay, so first I am trying to URL1, again it's same URL only, and here we are trying to identify the username. So what is the username field? Wherever you can go with that ID equal to email or name equal to email, anything. So same way, let's identify it, name equal to email. Now what I can do, I can try to identify the password field, divert.find element relative locators, again tag name these, and now it will be with the help of the uh, reference of username, but here you need to use below because that is the below, right? Okay, now it's error message gone. Now what I want to do, I want to do the validation that whether my text password field is displayed, and if you want to enter something, you can enter it. Okay, now your this one will be getting changed here. Password, what is the password attribute? Say, see, what is the password attribute? Placeholder attribute is email address or phone number. Sorry, let's see the password attribute. What is the password attribute? Placeholder is only simply password, or you can try to change with the area label. That is fine. You can just change it to area label. And what is the area label? This is the area label, right? So you can try to map, check that what is the attribute area label also working fine or not. So what I'm doing, I'm again navigating to the same website. I'm trying to identify the username field because from the username field below the password field is there, right? With the help of that name email I'm identifying. Then I'm trying to create a web element for the text password. Here we are using divert.find element relative locator with tag name again input, and down below the username. Then I want to check that password field is displayed or not, whatever way we are identifying the element, and we are trying to enter some value. We are trying to also validate that attribute area label for the password field is also matching with password, and we want to wait for 2 seconds and we want to close the browser. Now two test cases will be working. Okay, first test case got executed successfully. Second test case also got executed successfully. There is no error. So both my below and above is perfectly working fine. Now what we'll do, we'll try to implement that toLeftOf or toRightOf. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll go to the other website. This is the website you could see. If you identify login, you can go identify reset with the help of the right of. If you identify reset button, if the left of again another button is there called login, you can identify it. So that is the way, vertical horizontal, that element should be available. Then you can use below, right above, or to left of or to right of accordingly. So we'll store in some right another variable called url2 here at the class level. Okay, now we already identified. We'll try to again create a new method, new test here. Okay, this one no need to wait it because we are not entering anything. Okay, so what is that way I will go give here? Like we will identify that toLeftOf. So method name I can change it, locator to left off. Okay, this is the method name. Here we need to open that url2. Okay, so left off. So I will identify the for the right element, right? Let's right click and click on the inspect button. So you could see what is the tag name. Input again, name is button reset and value is reset. So identify it. Okay, so what is this button, right? So we'll create something called button, and what is the button name? Reset. Okay, so what is the element name equal to button reset? So with the help of that, I am creating web element button reset divert.find element by name. Okay, this is the name I am giving. Now what we'll be creating here again another element called button login. Okay, button login. Okay, so I want to use that one. Okay, so tag is still same as a input tag here. I want to, from that options, I want to go to left and I want to identify similar button. Okay, whatever left button is there. So divert.find element relative locator with by dot tag name. Okay, input dot to left of. You could see here you need to pass that element reference button reset. With using it, you want to go to the left and you want to identify the element. Now whether button reset is displayed or not, I want to check it. Okay, now what I can do, I can also check the get attribute. What is the attribute for the button reset? Login button. So this is the different type equal to submit, right? Or I can check the type attribute. It should match with submit. Okay, so what I can do, I can give something called type equal to submit, or whatever other attribute also there, you can try to validate it. What is the other attribute? Other attribute equal to value equal to login. Or after that you can also is displayed or not. After that you can check is enabled or not, right? That is also fine. You can check with enabled dot is enabled. It's not only displaying, it's also enabled, that you can click on something, right? That is also possible. So these are the different assertion you can try to do, and where you are trying to implement that to left of relative locators. Okay, now let's try to run the code. So 3 test cases will try to run it. Okay, above below is working fine. Now it will try to execute the toLeftOf. Okay, it test case also execute fine. All the assertion is getting passed, so there is no problem at all. You could see this is the pass, right? All the 3 test cases got passed. In the console, we are not running anything, printing anything, but all the test cases got passed. Okay, so now you already seen the implementation how we can use that toLeftOf relative locators. Now we'll see the toRightOf relative locator. So same website we can go, we can try to identify first the login button, then from the login button we can try to identify the reset button, which is write off. Simply write off with the same tag name input, right? So what we'll do, we'll try to create again another test, okay, where we can give toRightOf. Okay, toRightOf. So what I will do now, I will identify the button login first. I will identify the button login first. So what is the login button? Okay, so let's see the login button first. Okay, login button name equal to button login. So I will identify first the button login with the name. Okay, now with that one we will try to use that toRightOf. So we are trying to now identify the button reset, where we are using divert.find element relative locator with by tag name input dot toRightOf. This is the relative locator. You could see it is coming from the relative by to right of, because that is visible in the right of position. What is the main our reference element? Button login. Okay, error message gone. Now we want to check whether the button login reset button is displays, enable, and attribute also you can check it. So what is the attribute? Type equal to reset. So it should match with reset type, right? Type equal to reset. Value, what is the value for the reset button? Value is reset. Okay. So you could see it should work now. Let's try to execute. So 4 test cases should be executed now. So this is the write-off. Also write-off disk is also executed fine. So all the four relative locators is perfectly working fine, right? Above, below, to left of and to right of. Now we'll see near. This is the last relative locators we'll be discussing here today. So let's go to another website. This is the website. Okay. Let's try to identify some element called login. Okay, so this is the element we can identify with the help of the username. And you could see with the element identified, there is a label section, right? This login text, I want to map it. So it is very near to this field. This is the field and this is the label, right? I want to identify it. So this is very near. Okay, so that is the stuff I want to identify. So that is the way you can use. If you go to the password field, right, you can go to the text of the password. This is the label. You can also go here. So that is the way you can identify it, which is very near to the element with some tag name. So what we'll do, we'll try to open that website. So we'll be storing in some another variable, okay, called URL3. Okay, now we'll try to create one method called near locator. Okay, this is the near method. Here we will trying to pass the URL3. Okay, now what we'll be doing, we'll be identifying the element called login, but login text, right? This is the login text. What is the username? Name equal to username or ID equal to username. Let's try to go with that name. Okay, so what I'll be doing, it will be text, login text, tx3xt login. Okay. Okay, name equal to this, so I can identify it first. So I have element this login text. This is the stuff I am identifying it first. Okay, username equal to username. Okay, now with the help of that, I want to go to that login label. So what I will be creating a variable called label login. Now I will try to use that. What is the tag name? Tag name equal to label here, right? This is the tag name. So you need to change it accordingly. Divert.find element relative locator with, okay, by tag name label dot near. What is the near reference element? Test login. Now what I can do, I can check whether this particular option is displayed. Okay, but it will be not be enabled. So what I can do, I can use something called assert false. Assert dot assert false, right? It's not enabled. Definitely it's only right displaying, but it's not enabled. Dot is enabled, because it's not enabled, so I'm checking with the assert false. Now what I'm doing, I'm again using assert dot assert equals. Okay, now what is the stuff here? The text, right? This text equal to should match with the login. Okay, label login dot get text. Get text string value, so it should match with what is the text? Login, right? This is the text. It should match with login. Okay, so this is the validation we can do it. Sorry, here assert dot assert equal. Okay, so this is my fifth test case. I can try to run it now. Now let's try to run it. Let's see whether it's happening or not. So I can check whether that element is displayed, enabled. So enabled equal to not enabled. So that is the reason I'm checking with assert false. So my first test case executed. Second test case also executing. Third test case also executing. Okay, this test case got failed. So let's see what is the problem. Expected false but found true. Okay, assertion error. Okay, maybe it's enabled. Okay, that option you can take it, so that's fine. Like, let's leave it. Okay, it's enabled, so you can just change it with like assert true. Okay, label login, and otherwise it is perfectly working fine. Okay, so yeah, it will be true, is displayed, is enabled also. Okay, that text you can take it, and so you can validate it, that text also. Okay, so first we are identifying that login text. With the help of that login text, we are using near. Okay, and we are trying to identify something called label, and this label value should be matched with the login, as is displayed as enabled as well. Now let's run again. Okay, now this test case got passed successfully. So that is the way, in case assertion get failure, you can get to know, you can try to correct them. Okay, so 5 test case got passed. Now what we are doing, we are we have created a testng class. We have try to run using testng test from the class level. But in case we are having multiple class, same thing, we have implemented multiple class, and we want to run all the class at the same time from the different packages. Well, how can you do it? First you need to convert that the project to testng. Right click testng and convert to testng, right, where you can give some suite name, test name, and you can give the under the classes tab, you can give the class and class name, package name to the class. Let's click it finish. Now there will be testng.xml file will be created, you could see. Now open the testng.xml file. Now give that proper name. Okay, say I can give the testng or relative locator suite, or maybe give testng suite, and here you can give testng test, and that is not required, you can remove it. And now in case you are having multiple classes, you can under the classes tag you can give package name, not the class name. Okay, that is the way you can add this one, and here package name, not the class name, you need to give it from the different packages and different classes from the same project. Now if you run it here, you will be able to see the option called run as testng suite. So instead of testng test running a single class, you can try to run all the classes from the all the packages. Definitely those classes will be testng class, not the Java class. So you could see all the test cases are executing one by one, and it is going fast because we are not having thread time, especially for the last 3 test cases. So you could see 5 test cases got executed. Now you could able to see that suite name got changed, test name got changed. This is the package name of the class name. This is the method name. How much time it took, right, for every methods. It also taken, right, here all 5 test cases got executed. If you go to the console, you could see 5 test cases got executed and 5 passed. Now if you want to see the report, you can again just refresh the project. Now you could see test output folder got generated, where there is again emailable report.html. You can open with web browsers. You could see this is the suite name got changed, test name got changed. This is the package name of the class name. This is the method name based on the alphabetical order, because we did not use the priority, and all are getting passed. Okay, and apart from that, if you running from testng testng suite, right, there will be another folder will be generated called testng suite. Here you can able to see testng, that particular file, HTML file, which you can also open with the web browser. You could see here, this is the test level, right? It will be test level for every test level, not the suite level. Every test level, in case you are having multiple tests, it will be creating the that many file, HTML file. Total number of passed, failed, skip, start date, total time spent, and this is the method name, right? This is the method, this is the package and the class name. So that is the way also you can validate it. Okay, so these are the important 5 relative locators introduced in Selenium version 4: above, below, to left of, to right of, and near. Okay, so that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.